everyone, and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance that was actually released this year in January of 2015. Now, it's a rather new house. There's only one fragrance out from the house, and the fragrance we're going to review today is called Enzolie. Now, Enzolie, this is what it looks like. It's got a black box. It basically has an E across it. It says Enzolie. You open it up, and you see the bottle here. It just has a big E across it. It's black or it's dark. The cap comes off and it's got this E. Now, as with most of my reviews, I gotta put a short disclaimer in front of this. The reason why I have this bottle is because the creator of the house actually reached out to me and asked if I wanted to go ahead and review his fragrance. So he actually sent this fragrance to me for free. So if you don't, like with all things, if you don't think I can be impartial, feel free to turn off the video now. No point. But I'm here giving you my word that I'm being as impartial as I possibly can. Okay? So, here is the fragrance. Again, this is a 1.7 in size, and it's going to sell for $62 retail. Now, you can buy it by going to his website, which will be down below, www.enzolie.com, and you can go ahead and purchase it from there. So with that, let's go ahead and get right into the notes of this fragrance. The notes of this fragrance consist of, at our top, we have citrus, fruit, and ozone. For our mid, we have jasmine, rose, and neroli. And for our base, we have musk, amber, and leather. So when I smelled this, I kind of had a little bit of trepidation behind it. I'm generally very, I guess you could say, not necessarily against, but I tend to shy away from reviewing fragrances from independent houses, and this technically counts as one. Now, I almost never review a fragrance that hasn't been released yet, and this has been released, and you can buy it online. I did one exception before, but I didn't realize they hadn't released it. But what I'm trying to say is, I generally stay away from it because I generally tend to find that if it hasn't reached that point of a process, that many houses tend to be, or many new houses tend to be lacking in a quality, some polish. But this one, they do pretty good. I mean, the box, it kind of looks pretty average and plain, not really fully polished, but the bottle at least comes off as a pretty decent release. And the smell, which is the important part, is really what surprised me. I was pleasantly surprised by this scent. I thought, wow, I like this scent. This is a smell that I can get behind. What you get when you initially spray it is a citrus, a spicy citrus type smell. And after about, I would say, 30 minutes, it kind of brings up this vanilla type of a scent to it. Now, vanilla isn't mentioned in this note, nor is the other thing, which is kind of like a creamy note. I don't really see anything that's going to give it a creamy note in it. In fact, this doesn't really smell like the notes that I see listed on it, which is kind of weird. If I'm gonna just really sum this up, it reminds me of Versace Eros. Versace Eros with a slightly different, a little bit more of a citrus tinge to it, is what I'm getting from this. Imagine Versace Eros with a little bit more citrus and a little less spices, and that's pretty much what I'm getting from Enzolie. Now, maybe I'm getting this kind of vibe from the amber or from the leather, but I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. All I can tell you is that it's a citrus, creamy vanilla, citrus with spices. And that's the majority of what I'm getting from this scent. I go about 3 sprays on this. I think it's a great fragrance for anyone and any age, and this might even be a pretty good fragrance for the younger folk on it, but it works equally well for men or for older men as well. Now, occasion, this is a great night out fragrance, and this is also doubles as a great work fragrance. I wouldn't wear it too much casually just because it has a little bit more of an air of sophistication to it that comes with the actual scent. And the season-wise, I think it's a good fall, spring, and winter fragrance. Summer, I think, is a little bit too hot for this scent, and it begins to kind of get this clay feel to it. When I was wearing it more in temperate climate, is really where it kind of shone. And even in the cold weather, it has the power to go around, to express itself in the cold weather, if you will. Performance, I got about 6 to 9 hours for this set. It kind of varied for me in the 7 times that I was wearing this one. It varied 6 to 9 hours. And compliments, this is where this one actually shone. It got me, in those 7 days, this one got me 3 compliments for it. One compliment was from Becky. In the morning, I happened to be leaving earlier than her to work, and she was still in bed, and I reached over, gave her a kiss before I left, and she instantly commented on my set. She said, "Oh, you smell great." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I took that with not necessarily with a grain of salt, just because Becky isn't one to compliment every scent that I wear. And you should know that from the videos that I have with her. Now, going on to work, I actually got 2 more compliments from female employees as well, too, stressing the fact that this smells like a very nice, well put together professional scent. Is well put together and professional, both were the different comments basically for this actual scent. So it did score very well in the compliment section. So if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I give this fragrance a rating an 8 out of 10. It gets an 8 out of 10 because it's a solid fragrance that you can wear for multiple variety of occasions. On the downside, it's not too unique in the fact that I think there are 2 or 3 other scents, some from the Armani Code line, some like Versace Eros, another one, that kind of smell like this, so it's not entirely unique. But it's a great compliment getter. People are going to compliment you when you wear this. It's going to last a good amount of time on your skin. It's very affordable, which is very rare for indie houses that release fragrances. They tend to be in the hundreds, and this is at $61 for a 1.7. So a pretty good deal for what you're getting for it. Now, it doesn't get top marks, like I said, not necessarily too original for it. And on the flip side of this, there is one thing that I noticed from it, and that's the longevity can be a little bit spotty for it. So while I said 6 to 9 hours, there were a couple times where I think I got, or 2 times that I got like 3 hours, and that was it, and it was gone. But I've gotten upwards of 9 hours. I think it averages out because it may have been just because I was doing some things out a little bit more physical that day than previously before. So it gets a solid 8 out of 10. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. If you have tried this scent, leave a comment down below and let people know what you thought about this scent. All right? Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.